You do. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Busy Blue, and I am back again. Sorry, y'all. My eyes have been dry recently. I don't know if it's the weather or whatever, but I decided I was going to wear glasses. But I'm back again for a new recap and review. This time I told my friend I was going to do it, so now I'm doing it. I'm going to recap and review the challenge, Vendettas. I know I'm late. So this is coming up late, but after this I'm going to give you episode 2, so then I'll be right back on track and back on time. Boom. We'll be ready to do it. So we're going to start with episode 1. Vendettas is basically about, because you know when the show started, Corey, he's like, what's Vendetta? But you know, it's just basically that rivalry or something that you have to get, the get back that you have to get with somebody else. You have this grudge against them, you know, and I'm always on the grudge. 10 years on the grudge, still with my cousin who ruined Vegas. If y'all ain't hear that story, go back to that story about how my cousin ruined my trip to Vegas. So they started talking about all of the people who have vendettas against each other. I think what's interesting about this season of the challenge, because I've watched the other season before, so this is not my first time watching the seasons, but I think what's interesting or different about this season is the fact that the old individuals, so you know how they always talk about the vets and the newbies, the vets have multi-webbed vendettas. You know, every time you turn around, somebody slept with this person who's talking and this person who's mad at that person. Blah, blah, blah. You know what? I feel like maybe some of the newbies have that too. I don't know. So we're going to get into some of them. Throughout the whole time, they start talking about all of the vendettas. And I'm just going to talk about the vendettas throughout. I didn't try to pull them out or whatever. I'm just going to talk about them throughout. The first one they talked about is with Cara and Kayla. And they talked about, you know, having a fight from last season. I didn't watch last season. I thought it was going to pique my interest, and it just didn't. But, I mean, I guess it was a good one. This year, you know, they are competing against, competing for $500,000, which is a lot of money, $500,000. They talk about Leroy versus Brittany. Leroy, which I love Leroy. Leroy got upset with Brittany because she, like, started voting him in first, and then everybody else was voting him in from one of the seasons that they had of, the challenge. So he still has a grudge against that. Leroy told us if he wanted to get this money for barber school. I can see if you was talking about building a barbershop for the school, Leroy. Anyway, he said he needed the money for that. After that, they talk about the first challenge. The first challenge is the Rock of Gillabrader. I think that's how you said it. I don't know. This is how my Amazing Race reviews be going. I'm just going to make up the words as I go. So basically what they have to do is the challenge is called Get Off the Rock. They have to race 14 feet up to the top of this mountain. They have to race through the streets at first, and then they go into a cave. Once they get into the cave, they're going to have to do some type of challenge overnight, and then go to the top of the mountain in the morning. The first place person wins $25K, and then the last two people, whoever they are, they're going to be immediately taken out of the race. So it seems like this is an individuals game at first, which is really cool. So they go into it. We start to meet some of the vendettas. We have Josh and Kaylee. They're British. And basically, he called her Crazy Kaylee. He used to date her, and she's just a lot. But then we get to her confession, though. She's like, well, he cheated on me. Now, at first, I was like, okay, Josh. But then something else comes out a little bit later. And I'm like, okay, Kaylee. You know, so we'll see what's going on. So those are one of the groups that I was thinking, you know, maybe they have a web of, you know, vendettas too. From there we go to Nelson and Tony. Anybody who knows me know I love Nelson. He's my favorite one. Let's just leave it at that. I love Nelson. I follow him on every social media that he has. So hopefully Nelson wins. But we'll see, because, you know, he don't have a history of doing so. Well, no, because he came in third place before. We'll see. So anyway, Nelson and Tony, they don't like each other. Their butt heads constantly, so they're kind of, that's where their vendetta thing is going to come in. You got Nicole R. The race starts immediately. Nicole R. If she wasn't so busy putting makeup on her face, she would actually be a good competitor. She's just heavily, she looked like Amy Winehouse put makeup on. Like, it's just so much. She's just caked. And it was just pitiful to watch her. And every season I see her, it's just like, girl, look. And have you seen her without it? Okay, let me keep going. You got Devin. She's talking about how he hates Bananas and he hates Corey. Josh, he wasn't playing with anyone throughout this competition. While it's going, he's in first place. He ate his Wheaties that morning. He's like, he's running throughout the whole thing. Now, we learn about another vendetta. They talk about Marie. She doesn't like Cara Marie. But at the end of the day, who does like Cara Marie? Sometimes I like Cara Marie. Cara Maria. Sometimes I don't. You know, it's on and off. You know, you never know with her. From there, Josh is first. They get to the cave. Once they get in the cave, they realize that they have to hold this box up for 6 hours. It looked like a battery for a car. But they had to hold it for 6 hours. So everybody get in. And as we're standing there, we learn a little bit more about some of the other vendettas. Which now I'm realizing more of this is about the background and not really the competition yet. But we get Kyle and Rogan. They're both British or English. And they don't like each other because they were sleeping with each other's girlfriends or whatever. I don't know what was going on. It just seemed real messy. But then they seemed cool too. I don't know. Cara Marie, Maria, she loved the UK guys. Marie loved the UK guy. Especially Rogan. Or was it Kyle? One of the two. I can't remember. It was Kyle. So all of the girls are talking about them and how attractive they look. They was alright to me. They didn't even look anything special, whatever. I mean, I don't know. They wasn't anything special to me. But anyway, we go from there. Then you have Victor and Natalie. Now, y'all, this is what, outside of the reason that my friend that I said I was going to do this for, this is the reason why I'm watching the show, because we got Big Brother people on here. I love me some Big Brother. If you're new to this channel, you know I love Big Brother. This is why I'm watching it. You got Victor and Natalie on it. Now, I was trying to think back to what the whole problem was. I don't know if this is melodrama or fake drama or what, but they were trying to make it seem like, oh, Natalie and Victor, they just had this huge beef with each other because of them voting each other out and they didn't want to be with each other. But I didn't think Natalie was such a good girl on the show, you know, or she made herself or played herself up to be this good girl on the show, even though she was doing people wrong. I ain't gonna talk about, we're not gonna go in too deep into that. But how you feel about Texans, Natalie? You ain't getting from it. But anyway, they try to amp up this fight between them. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll let it go. Throughout that time, you could tell that Bananas, he has some type of thing for Natalie. Bananas says he's newly single. Was it last season or 2 seasons ago he was talking about his family and all this stuff? Bananas has been in this show for years. Is he gonna let it go? I know his bones must be aching at this point. But anyway, he's flirting with Natalie. She looks like she's taking the bait, so whatever. After that, they put down the batteries, and in increments, now that they've done that throughout the night, they have to run out to the rest of the top of the mountain. So they start going boom, 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 boom. Again, makeup face. She just looked a mess. She just looked sad. It was just like, girl, stop. Please, for us. For me, because it was hard to watch. So they keep going. We get introduced with Melissa and Kaylee. Again, now here we are with Kaylee. Now y'all remember Kaylee, I had just talked about her when she was with, who was she with? With Josh. Now apparently, she's a whore. Those aren't my words. Those are what Melissa said. She was sleeping with everybody's boyfriend and her legs was open for business. Okay? So that's why they don't like each other, because her legs are open for business and all she's doing is sleeping around with whoever she can sleep with. So I said, okay, well, you know, we like who we like, we don't who we don't. So from this, she's a boyfriend stealer, basically what it is. We start to see people in the competition. Josh is first, as we all knew it was gonna be. What y'all will learn is that there's an individual who I'm not gonna talk about on this channel. His name starts with a Z. He's a douchebag. He's a piece of. I'm not a fan of his. I'm never going to be a fan of his. I watched enough shows. I watched enough episodes of how he treats women, what he says about them. And I'm not too keen or fond that he would do the same to, or that I wouldn't put it past the fact that he would do the same to LGBT communities or black people of color or whatever. So for that fact, or for that aspect, I will not talk specifically about this individual unless it's in conflict and I have to talk about how they get into that conflict with someone else. Other than that, they're not important. I don't see them. They're not a part of the show. Moving on, you got Nicole Z. She's the first girl. She feels very good about being the first girl in the to make it through, so that's good. So that means all the guys passed. Leroy and Nelson, they both went through. You know, those are my favorites, so I have to bring them up. Throughout this competition, Rogan is trying to, well, let me take it back. Leroy and Nelson, they didn't make it through yet, but she is the first female. Rogan, he's trying to get up the mountain. Apparently, he had a back spasm or a back surgery or something before that, and it's just really starting to weigh on him. He's not sure how it's gonna go, so he's trying to get through it. He doesn't want to look bad in front of Kyle, and you know that's his vendetta. So it's like, look, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do because I see right in front of me is Kyle, and I want to show that I can still do this. But he just does not look good. Actually, at one point he falls down. The producers are like, "Do you need a medic?" And he's like, "Yeah, I need you to like give me a medic or whatever," because he just can't do it anymore. They give him an ice pack and they're like, "Look, we're gonna walk you up to the mountain." Everyone else makes it up. Makeup Face and Rogan, they're the first two that are eliminated because they couldn't make it up at first. We give Josh this $25K because he was the first person to make it. And then we have several confessionals talking about, oh, he put this big target on his back, this target on his back, target on his back. And even Josh feels like I feel like, look, the only thing I've been able to show them is that I can run. People are intimidated by that. That's a problem. So we go from there. Nicole talk about I'm so mad that I'm not here because I was about to come in here guns blazing. With Mac and L'Oreal, I don't understand. I don't know, has she ever been that competitor where she was about to come bucking through? Girl, if you don't go sit down and go do somebody's makeup at Macy's, child cheese. Anyway, they talk about going through the house and these new vendettas or whatever. So now everybody's getting through the house. Natalie, Bananas is putting it on strong with Natalie. He's starting to talk Spanish, you know, ooh, mami, you know, plantanos or whatever, you know. And she's falling into it. She's like, look, you know, I'm going to give him a little bit. So from there we got Brad. He also is hitting off with Brittany, so things are just, it's real high school, it's real cliquey. To be honest with y'all, at first I was like, I'm not going to review this show. It's just like, it's just very high school, it's very cliquey, especially during these times. But then I do remember in the challenge, it gets real later on. But in the earlier stages, it's just like, who's hooking up with who's talking to who. And it's just like, why is this? It's just real childish in the beginning. But it's just all a part of the game. You got Alicia and Corey. Apparently they've been hanging out outside of the house, and now they're still trying to stay cool inside the house and continue on this relationship or whatever. You have Cam, who sounded like she was listening. I don't know how I feel about her. You know, and I'm all here for the fist pump of righteousness, as Forrest Rocks would say, for the black women. But she was just giving me, something about her. She was just, I don't know. So we're going to see. You got Nicole and Sylvia. They have a battle. They're yelling about each other's weaknesses and stuff like that. After that, you got Brittany and Brad. They already just kissing down each other. Then they go to the bathroom, and I feel like he hit it the first night. It was a lot. That was a lot to watch the first night, which is surprising to me because Big Brother is such a wholesome show. You know, we're on CBS. We have Julie Chen. We have these huge sponsors. And it's interesting to see these characters now on a cable network where, you know, people are getting it done in the first night. It just was, it was very interesting. But anyway, they rephrased Bananas and Natalie to Banatally. So, I mean, and I'm okay with that. So we'll see how that goes. Cam is going through what's going on with you and Natalie. Well, she goes back to Natalie. Oh, I feel like he likes you. This is something that's good for your game and this and that. I'm a little new to it. Is this Ken's first time? Because she was giving me experience, pro. This is something that's good for you. And I'm thinking, girl, how long you been in this show? At the end of the day, there was just a lot of people hooking up and doing stuff. So we're going to see how this goes. As of right now, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued until, you know, the Big Brother people get off. And then it's just going to be me giving y'all reviews. So we'll see. It wasn't that bad. I'm not going to act like it was the most horrible thing that I saw. But in the beginning, it's just very high school-y. So we'll see where we get from this. I'm about to go watch episode 2. And then I'm going to review that for y'all and keep y'all up to date. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Make sure that you like this, comment. What y'all thought about the first episode? I know I'm a little late, but what y'all think about it? Y'all like these Big Brother characters, don't y'all? How y'all feel about Cake Face talking about she about to come in guns blazing? What he was gonna do? Oh, jeez. Like, comment, share this with your friends. If you like what you see in this channel, make sure that you check out my Facebook and like the page, The Busy Blue. You can also like my social media pages of Instagram and Twitter at Busy Blue, no space, no E. Let me go check out the other episode. So let me go get busy, and you guys stay busy. Until next time.